organization. We work with we're First Team. First is an organization that stands for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology. And so what we do is we get kids interested in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. And so we're a part of a robotics team under First in the FLL division of First, which stands for First Lego League. And that's for ages 8 to 15? For ages 8 to 14. And so each year we have a challenge that we have to do. And this year our challenge is Trash Truck. And the question for Trash Truck, which we had to answer, which was how can we improve the way we handle trash or make
challenge of selecting a particular type of waste, or actually several types of waste, to try to improve the way that we handle it or reduce it. And our team here they chose to I guess try to reduce the amount of waste that we have, starting at the consumer end. And a couple of weeks ago, we visited the yard waste facility on Crane Highway, and we were actually pretty surprised that they have a pilot program for food scrap over there. Mm-hmm. And so that's actually what kind of sort of prompted us to call you guys and say, hey, we want to meet with you to see how what we had already started designing and producing here could be integral or integrated into your the process.
Okay.
So this trash can is made out of, or it's made for compacting trash, and it has a hard plastic shell and 4 stainless steel bins inside to help sort the different types of trash, like plastic, paper, food waste. And so what this trash can would do is when you put it into the bins, there is a lever on the side. And when you pull that lever, it will compact the trash by moving a metal plate and pulling it up and crushing it against the lid.
Mm-hmm. And how much trash can it actually hold in each quadrant, I guess?
Right.
Do you know?
You know, it's a typical size trash can that fits in the household, and it's about 18 inches in diameter and 2 feet, 2.5 feet tall. So 30 gallons.
Okay,
so
that's where that was.
Yeah. And so if you just divide that by 4.
Mm-hmm. So it's more the convenience of not having to separate trash in different compartments.
Right.
You have just like one. That's amazing. That's real good for me because I'm lazy.
What are the 4 different types of waste that you anticipate sectoring in this trash bin?
Well, we were especially thinking about food waste. We could also do plastic, paper.
Recyclables?
Yes, recyclables.
Plastic, for plastic we're including plastic water bottles and plastic bags are the primary deal that we're doing.
So we would have the plastic bottles like in one container and the plastic bags in another.
Oh,
And then
okay.
the paper, because in Prince George's County they required us to separate the plastic bags from the plastic bottles.
Right.
Because it goes in the machines.
Excellent.
Very good.
Wow.
Does it require a bag? So is this just, you have your metal canister, you're dividing it up into 4 sections. Is there a bag for each section? Or we're just putting the materials in, or the waste, into the container?
It's going to have a metal liner that can come in and out, but no bag.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Too.
Real thoughtful. A lot of thought.
So each cell is an individual container?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's removable.
Correct.
Very thoughtful.
And the one lever controls the plate that compresses everything simultaneously.
No, each
Quadrant?
Each quadrant.
quadrant has its own level.
Oh, that's awesome.
So if one gets full.
That's gonna get rich.
Yeah, that's real thoughtful, yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't have to,
awesome.
dispose of everything at one time.
Right.
Right.
That's really thoughtful, I'm telling you, especially somebody like me, I'm serious. And then
But
too,
if you
you know, you don't
choose
have
to
to
line
keep
it, you can, correct?
Right.
Right.
Because for food scraps you might.
Yeah,
And,
So long as you're not making sharp in here.
right.
And you said internally is stainless steel, but external is plastic,
Right. The liners are made out of
stainless steel,
to keep the budget low.
to keep the budget low.
Yes.
That's good too.
And the compression mechanism, what is used to compress the products or the materials?
There's a- yes.
With pulleys that are attached to the handle that we press down.
So we'll make a motion that when it presses down, then it pulls the plates up and therefore compressing the waste.
Right, so imagine like we had the handle, and then there was a pulley right here, like the handle was on the outside of the can, and then there was a pulley here, and the handle was attached to a cable, so when you pulled down, the cable would go over the pulley, and then, and then it would just pull the plate up.
So it's compacting from the bottom.
Right.
So,
Our invention also involves a smell.
Oh, trying to contain.
Like it's deodorizing.
That's good.
Deodorizing, it uses a
release.
no,
It just
it's like a mechanic rock, I think.
So where would that reside in your invention?
Probably somewhere.
somewhere with a lid because we're compressing it up.
Right.
So when it goes up, we don't want that smell to go out all over the place. Because if it did, it would be nasty.
So is the lid a multi-layer lid then? Is there another
Yes.
layer in the lid?
It's like a lid with a filter on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what's,
So you gotta-
I'm sorry, what's the lifespan of the?
You can use it as long as you want, but you have to put it out in the sun for, I think, about 8 to 10 hours for it to charge.
It's like the volcanic rock. Could absorb.
Okay. Mission volcanic rock.
Oh, that's neat. That is
We're also
nice.
exploring using, Gore-Tex fabric,
Yeah.
because they had made a fabric, for the compost, the food waste compost pilot program.
Right.
They had used the fabric to keep the odors inside, so
Right.
we're exploring using that for our cans.
Yeah, like cutting like a piece of it and wrapping it around, not like wrapping it, but taking a piece for the lid, so when we seal it, it will go around.
Okay.
So when we press it, it will absorb the smells and won't stink up your house.
And so have you all, priced out the cost of this item?
We
The
haven't-
magical word, huh?
We haven't done that yet.
Not yet.
We'll come to a consensus. Yeah.
So you have a prototype of this item yet?
No,
No,
what
we
we
don't
did
have-
is we combined our ideas, and this isn't a finished sketch, but it's also not, it's not a finished sketch, but this is like a climax of what we have put together.
Thus far.
Yeah, so far, yeah. So this is what my dad did to to combine all of our ideas into
For
one.
the presentation?
Yes.
This is great.
So this concept's developed from the composite of all the group's ideas.
Yes.
Doesn't have all of them.
Doesn't have all the ideas. Okay.
Let's be clear on that.
So, got a question. Plastics come in all shapes and sizes.
Yes.
So, have you taken into consideration how you'll handle things from larger cartons, juice cartons, milk cartons, down to the small
Detergent,
plastic bottles
larger
and
detergent.
larger detergents? What's the concept around? I have to ask you the tougher questions because you guys seem to be more advanced. So,
We
have
would
you
have to
taken
take-
that into
We would have to
consideration?
take the lids off so that they would actually get crushed.
Yes.
Okay.
But we could probably just put them in there and they could crush it. We could make the pulley so that when you do it, you'll get a mechanical advantage
Yeah.
the police.
And we were also thinking about integrating for the plastic side, like on the plate, they have like some metal, for the lack of words, thorns on, or spikes on the plastic, on the metal plate, so it could puncture, like, say, the plastic bottle or the carton, or, yeah, yes.
So you went to Western Branch. Have you all been to the Murph?
No, we haven't.
Actually, someone contacted me in terms of a tour. I think it was a Saturday tour.
Was that you I was talking about?
Yes,
Okay.
but you
all right.
really need to
Uh-huh.
take a tour of that facility. I think
Yeah.
it would really help you in your
Yeah, we beg for that. That's good.
It wasn't available, so
Yeah.
Lee, you get a chance.
As soon as possible, yeah, we would like to do that. Yeah. All right.
So we were going to ask you guys some questions about our plan, and one of the questions let me see. What are your guys' hopes for the pilot program? Is it like budget-wise, environmentally wise, or waste reduction-wise? What is?
Overall, the goal for the county is to reduce waste.
Okay.
And obviously, food is a recoverable resource. It's a
Uh-huh.
commodity, actually. So ideally, we would expand the food scrap pilot to a full-blown
Yeah.
food scrap program, no more pilot countywide, curbside collection. That's the idea.
Yeah.
With collecting it with yard waste.
Uh-huh.
And food scraps could be commingled with the yard waste and picked up and brought to Western Branch, composted.
Okay.
That would be the ideal.
So waste reduction wise and budget wise?
Budget is a huge consideration. It's, you know, to take what you saw, the 4-heap system, and make that, each heap that you saw, I think is something like 40 feet long or more.
Yeah.
A full-scale system is 12 rows, double the length. And it's permanent, it has bunker walls and drainage systems that cost a fortune. It is very expensive. It also has a building where we tip the food waste and keep it before we're able to actually put it into rows and so forth. So it's a major operation, but it reduces also what you saw, the open windrows would disappear. Everything would be undercover, and the process, as you saw with the 4-heap system, is expedited.
Wow.
Open windrows take 8 months to cure. Under the Gore system, it takes 8 weeks. So we would be turning over product and generating capital and turning over product, as long as we could get leaves and grass in to make the appropriate recipe, we would be.
Do you think we should add anything to our invention?
Good question.
That's a great question.
Well, the only things I was thinking, I don't know what the logistics of it are, even from the standpoint, plastics are the hardest thing, and they're in different shapes. Is something that could actually reduce the size as it gets entered into it, like cutting it in half, or making it smaller to start out with before it gets compacted. I think that would be something to look into as far as at least one chamber, could have a reduction.
What's the name of the can? What's it called?
The simple.
They call it simple.
And also do a cost comparison, because you have electric compactors that are used now. So in comparison to that, what would your can cost? What would it cost for the homeowner to maintain it?
Someone that's disabled.
Someone disabled. What's not only money cost, but time. Time is valuable as well as money. So if it gets dirty, how much time do I have to use to clean it? Because right now my trash can doesn't get dirty. I just take out the whole thing and fill it.
Right.
but you have to consider that as well. Time and money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Repairs, if one
And
of
repair.
your pulley breaks, how do you, are replacement parts available? How do you get it fixed? Where?
Yeah.
You know, what would it cost? Those
Mhm.
things.
Mm-hmm.
What's the likelihood? And how much pressure can it withstand?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a test.
So those questions can be answered with a prototype.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely.
Even if you didn't do a full-blown prototype, a smaller scale model
Yeah.
perhaps,
Mhm.
just to have something a little more tangible.
Someone in our department or one of the engineers in our department, maybe offer them some time, give them some time, yeah, that'd be really good. Maybe to work with you guys.
Yeah.
And you're talking about what, January 16th, you have that, do you have to have a prototype?
Now, we haven't had a prototype.
But maybe just to work with you in the background, maybe?
Yeah. Let me just, like, I am a professional engineer, and,
Oh, okay.
but one of the reasons why we want to talk to you guys is because we want to actually find, all the questions that you ask, these are questions that we have to talk about in our team.
Okay.
Which is one of the reasons why we're here, because what we want to try to find out from talking to you folks is, what is the likelihood of us taking something like this to market? How, we have to develop a prototype at some point if we're going to be serious about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, right out, at the outset, we need to know what is the potential impact to the budget in Prince George's County, because one of the things we have to do legally is we have to find out how can this thing benefit us locally first, and then from locally, then we can kind of sort of project out what it may be able to do.
We can
on an
partner
actual
and
level.
help you all work on that. That would be a win for us
That's
as
what
well.
we want,
Yeah. So,
That's exactly
yeah.
what we're looking for.
So, good luck to you guys, and thanks for the presentation. I wish you all the very best.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.